Yo, what's good, guys? Edward here. In this opportunity, in this video, I'll try to make this video as short as possible. Also, if you want, you can, I'm just starting to think, you can maybe, if you want, you can download this video, you can save it on your computer, you can, have it in there, maybe for future reference, because this information is something important that you may know and that you have to know, basically. If you're a trader, a Forex trader, you have to know this information. It's like basically, it's like, like whenever you start if you're going to start working at a company, for example, usually you have to know what's the company about and who runs the company, right? You need to know who is the boss, who runs the company. So basically on Forex is the same thing. This is not our business. Like this is not, Forex is not our business. It's not your business. It's not my business. Whose business this is? This is their business. This is the bank's business. Okay. So basically with this, I'm telling you that if the bank, you're on a trend, on an uptrend, right? And basically, whenever the price reaches a trend, an uptrend, most of the traders, I would say most of the traders usually make their entries at a low point, right? If you know that the price is touching, again, an actual trend, usually a lot of traders are entering right here in this area, all of this area, thousands of entries. So if you are the bank, they can easily do this, take your stop loss and then come back up again. This is their business. What do they do that? What do they actually, when you're on a trend, and this can happen, this usually happens the most on the currencies. On the Nasdaq and the US 30 also happens, these type of fake outs, but it's more common on the currencies. So that's why I stopped trading currencies. I went on the indices. The index is because they're less tricky, they're less traps and fake outs and all that stuff that's gonna mess you up. Okay, as much as you know how to draw your lines, you're on an uptrend, most of the traders are gonna get in on buys in this area. So it's easy for the banks to pretty much sell at a point, where, let's say you're entering here, you're gonna put your stop loss below here. So let's say you do this, you enter right there, an engulfing candle, bullish engulfing candle, for example, and then you put your stop loss below that last low. So it's easy for the banks to just clean, sell. They usually sell a bunch of money. They have a lot of money. They have thousands, billions of dollars. So they move the markets. They are the ones who move the market, not you, not me. We are just little rats, actually, to be honest. We're just little rats eating whatever's left from them. Okay, this is not our job. This is not our job. This is their job. This is the bank's business, and I want you to understand that. Okay, so whenever you enter on the Forex, you know that this is not your business. This is not your business. But I mean, this is not your job. Like, you do not decide where the market goes. They decide where the market wants to go. They are the ones deciding that. And I'm going to give you a quick graphic right here. Let's do something here. So I'm going to give you a little drawing, maybe. I don't know how to do this. Maybe something like this. So let's suppose you have a cloud right here. This is the banks. Okay, we're going to call it the banks right here. So banks right there. I'm going to put it a little bigger. I think that's the biggest. Okay, so that's the banks, right? And then below the banks, who is below the banks? I'm going to just select this. Who is below the banks? We have the brokers. Okay, these are the intermediate. And below the brokers, this is us. We're little cockroaches. We're little rats. eating whatever's left from the market. Okay, this is pretty much us. All righty. So banks, brokers, and us. All right. So what happens in this market, in a Forex market or an index? Whenever you have some money, that you want to invest in this market, you can't go just directly from here, let's say from here to the bank. You cannot do that. You can't go directly, or you can say, oh, I have $100 that I want to invest, so I'm going to go directly to the bank to invest it. No, you cannot do that. You can't do that. That's why brokers exist. They are the intermediate. So you usually go with the broker. You find a broker. The broker will give you a rate, will give you what is called the spreads. Okay, the spreads are pretty much their commissions they earn for whenever you make an entry. That's their commission, the spread. Okay, the point of entry, like between this is a separation for buy and sell. Let's see. Well, you can barely see here the spread. It's a little. Anyways, that would be for another video. But what I want you to see is, my point. These banks, so you usually go to your broker, you tell them, hey, I want to buy $100. And then once the broker gather hundreds of millions of dollars, they are the ones trading their banks. And this is independent, pretty much. They are independent. Every single broker has their own rate. That's why you go, let's say on Oanda, for example, this broker right here. This is our broker, Oanda. So Oanda has a different rate, and the graphic, you can see the chart is actually different than IC markets. For example, I'm going to put here Oanda IC markets. And I don't know, XTB. All right. So every broker, like I mentioned, every broker has their own rate, The banks are going to give them rates, and this is individual. So they have their own rates. So you could be with XTB, you could be with IC markets, you could be with Oanda, and you're going to have different rates. So this chart is different from this chart, and this chart is different from this one, and this one, and this one is different from. So all the charts from every broker are different. So that's why you make, sometimes depending on the broker, you can see like, hey, but why? I mean, I was watching the chart on Trading View, right? But when I go on my phone on MT4 and I have IC markets, the chart looks different. And here on Oanda, when I put my my take profit like this, put your entry, just an example, put your entry right there, and then it turns out the price, the price was doing this, coming up, and you decided to enter. You decide to enter here, right, on the buy. So the price decided to come down, and it went down here, and then it came all the way up in here in Trading View. But when you go on your chart on MT4, it turns out that it looks like this. The price actually stopped you out, and you're like, "What the fuck is that?" But on Trading View, my chart, didn't touch the stop loss. Why is that? There you go. That's why. Every broker is different. Every broker has their own rates. So that's pretty much it. That's what I wanted to explain you. Plus, like I mentioned, this is not our business. This is their business. We're here just, eating whatever's left from the markets. So whatever happened, whatever big moves, like I mentioned, if you're thinking you are in domination, whenever you think you're controlling this, that's when you're going to fail. That's when you're going to have your losses. So that's why I'm telling you, you have to be humble in this market, because you do not control this. The banks control this. So whenever I tell you to take profit at 50 or 60 pips and I'm out, I don't care if the price goes up 200, 300 pips. I'm out right there already. That's my personal opinion. Like, you know, I do scalping. The price keeps going up at this point. Okay, that's my personal opinion, and I don't want you guys to lose. I don't want you guys to lose. So basically, answering this question from this guy, I hope I was able to answer. He was saying create a strategy. Well, yes. Well, whenever you trade on the, of course, whenever you trade on the demo. Oh, another thing important. Another important thing is that whenever you trade, like I mentioned, as soon as you put your entry, the banks know where your entries are. The bank knows if the price went up, you know, broke this structure right here, this very strong support. And it's becoming a support now, right? It's coming a retest. So the bank, all the banks know that that thousands of people, if not millions of people, are actually entering right there, right? And putting the take profits in this area. Okay, they know where the entries are. As soon as you put an entry is there, they know when you put an order, a buy order from here, when the entry is not even open yet, but you did set up an order, a buy order, a buy stop, they know where the entries are. So whenever you are, like he was saying, on a demo, whenever you are on a demo account, they don't care. They don't show that on a demo account because it's a demo account. You're not playing with real money. But whenever you are on a real account, as soon as you are on a real account and you make an entry on a certain point that, you know, it's so clear, you know, it looks so clear, like the price broke above, retest, and this is an area where thousands of people are getting in on a buy. So the banks know where the buys are or the sales are, wherever you are going, you know. So they know all that. They know that it's easy for them to just, you know, do a big fake out and then continue up. So messing, you know, cleaning a bunch of stop loss. So the banks are making their money right here. They're cleaning thousands of people's money. Boom, they have more money in their pockets. And then, okay, now let's go ahead and shoot up. And they shoot up. That's basically it. Okay, so you as a trader, you have to know that. You have to know that this is not your business. This is not your business. This is their business. You have to be clear on that. Okay, so that's why the markets are manipulated. They are. And actually the currencies, I would say, are the most. Since I started to trade index, believe me, in this year and a half that I've been trading, which is not that much, it's like nothing, basically, because I know traders have been trading for, I don't know, 6-7 years, and still they are not profitable. And I happen to find out my own way that I'm actually profitable, and it's working for me. So I can say in this year and a half, the first year that I started trading, I was using just currencies. I didn't know about index. So about 5 months ago, I started trading index, and I was like, oh man, like how come I didn't know this? Like, how easy it is, you know, coming from currencies to index, how easy it is to detect, and you know, the price action usually respects more than currencies. I hate trading at this point. I hate trading currencies. I hate it with all my heart. And I'm being honest with you, I hate it. From time to time, if I see something nice, like for example, I'm going to show you this nice chart right here. And look, this bitch is going up now. I hate this shit. I hate it. You know, it's beautiful. Like whenever you see this type of pattern on index, oh my God, you bet. As soon as you see a breakout, this shit is gonna drop like big time, at least to this point right here. So now it's creating, you know, it just broke down, and now it's creating a big ass engulfing candle to push up. So this is a fucking, you know, fake out, you know. So I hate that. I hate that. The price came down, and it is supposed to be, you know, keep coming down, but now it's coming up. So it's probably gonna do this shit, you know, clear a bunch of stop losses, or maybe you reach this high and then it's gonna mess up. And by the time it reaches this point right here, it's been like 3 months. That's another thing I hate. You know, it's taking so long to complete. 100 pips or to complete 150 pips, it can take 2 months, man. Takes a lot of time. So why would I waste my time trading currencies when I can just make in 15 minutes, I can make 160, 120, or 200 pips if I want, you know? So that's why I didn't want to lose my time, waste my time trading currencies anymore. I still watch them from time to time because I'm not gonna lie, I like to what is it, to analyze the market, because it keeps me, how can I say, you know, I keep practicing, you know, I keep practicing. Even though I don't trade them, I keep practicing. And I try to maybe open some demo entries. So, you know, usually, for example, right there on that chart right there, I would do something, you know, I would do, so I will enter right here, maybe after it breaks. I will put my stop loss, I don't know, above here, and I will put my take profit at the very bottom. And I just watch. And I'm just watching to see how it goes. And usually a very high percentage is 60, 70, 80%. The shit is going to go against my direction. So I hate it, period. I don't like that. So I usually trade the most gold, Nasdaq, and US 30. I mean, that's it. If I would have known this by the time I was starting to trade Forex, I think I don't know, I would not be here. You know, I would not be here. I would probably be somewhere around the world, already traveling, you know, living in another country, in a different country, you know, doing a lot of things. But this is pretty much what I, you know, wanted to tell you guys. This is not our business, okay? We're here just, even though it's not our business, if you think about it, our traders, they are making millions, and that's right, they are making millions. It's because the banks are actually making billions of dollars, trillions of dollars every single day. How much money does the market move? They move like trillion, like I don't know how many $1 trillion daily. So we're just eating a small little, like nothing, like literally nothing, if you think about it, nothing at all. So again, this is not our job. This is not our business. This is the bank's business. And you have to make sure you know that, okay? Every single trader should know that whenever you start trading wherever, you know, Forex, index, gold, whatever, Bitcoin. So that would be basically it, guys, like I mentioned. And of course, just, you know, today's trade was beautiful, you know, just like that, just following price action. The price was creating high highs. It created a retest right here. The price is starting to go up, broke this little structure, and boom, 8:30 in the morning. In this case, in South Africa, was 3:30 in the morning, 3:30 p.m. I'm sorry, and then boom, shoot up. How many pips? About 170 pips. Nasdaq, I'm sorry, US 30. It was a little slower. That's why I did not take that many profit. It took like 30 pips. But still, you know, broke the structure, of course, now is testing the zone, reaching the zone. So now, what are we going to do tomorrow? What are we going to do tomorrow? Simple. Okay, I'm going to tell you right now what we're going to do tomorrow. The only way we can go on like, if the price most likely is going to keep today doing this, like consolidating, okay? The only way we can go on a buy if it breaks this support. Simple. Learn that shit. Learn that. So only way to go to buy is if the price breaks above this level. Now, only way to sell is if it breaks below this level right here, this structure right here. I think it looks better on a 30-minute. Well, kind of. Let me stretch that line up. Let me stretch that up. I think something like that. I will clone it and all right, something like that. That's fine. Let's do some right there. Okay, so the only way we're going to be looking for buys after the breakout of this, okay? And only way we're going to be looking for sales if it breaks this structure right here. Let's say the price until tomorrow start consolidating here and you see a breakup, then we're going to go for this. All right. Simple. Make it simple. Don't get it complicated. Okay. Don't get it complicated. Just follow the price and believe me, it's going to work. Okay. And of course, you can start including the RSI if you know you're on the 50%. You know, it's gonna give you confirmations, a lot of confirmations. And from here, you can see also a trend line that I draw. So if the price until tomorrow decides to stay above this, then we're definitely looking for buys. But if at some point break down below, we're gonna be aware of this point and see if we can catch some sell. Okay, that would be with the US 30. With the Nasdaq, like, what else can I tell you from here? You know, again, look at the chart. Look at the chart. Let me start deleting some stuff right here. All right. So what do you see on a 1 hour? You see a trend. You see an actual trend. Right there. Okay, maybe a little better in a 15-minute. There you go. So that would be our trend right there. That's basically it. Okay, that's our trend. Like I mentioned, sometimes you can make adjustments. If you draw your line first from here to here, and then you saw a breakout and it turns out it didn't completely went down, and now it's starting to go up, then you correct your line. You know, it used to be here. The line used to be here yesterday. No, last week, I'm sorry. So what did I do? After the price break down the structure, it broke the structure right here and started to come down, then stopped and it started to create high highs. Then you know, oh, okay, so I'm gonna correct the line now. Now this is the next point, which is right there. Okay, that way you correct the line. Alrighty, so we're still on what? On an uptrend. We are on an uptrend. We know there is a resistance right here. So today, if the price comes down, touches this, and then start to go up, okay, but we're going to be looking for highs. At the moment, we're going to be looking for buys if we stay above the actual trend line right here, okay? You see, you're starting to see a little breakout of that structure right there. Let me see. I'm not sure if this is going to work, but just an example. You're seeing a little breakout of the structure right there. So the price might start to correct this, you know, it might, you know, today, whatever's left of the day, it might be coming down here to then keep going up. Or if it's the side, like I mentioned, you have only two options, plan A and plan B. You know, your plan A is to basically continue. The price, you know, might do this, and then to continue up, okay? And we gotta watch this resistance right here. If it breaks above, oh, this is gonna be pretty much, you know, reaching new highs, okay? But if the price, you see a little candle here, then we're gonna be aiming for this support right here, and maybe to bounce off in this area, maybe creating high highs. If you see a breakout of this structure, then we're looking definitely for lower lows. I don't think so at the moment, to be honest. Yeah, I think the price, I think that was the fall. After this double bottom right here, the price is going to be looking new highs, I would say. Yeah. It may consolidate as well. It may be, you know, bouncing maybe a couple of days from here to here, here to here, and then boom, pushing up. Okay. So simple. Again, I'm going to repeat it again. Watch the market. If I'm here, why the hell am I going to be looking for sales? I'm not saying you can't, you shouldn't. Okay, you shouldn't be looking for sales. I mean, if you were on a 30-minute, you can scalp it maybe if you want. You could go on a 5-minute and you can say, okay, so price is right here. There's some type of resistance, right? There's a small resistance, on a small time frame, 5-minute. I'm scalping. So you can say, okay, so if it breaks this structure below, I might be looking for, a sell. I'm gonna put a stop loss below that last high there. Might take profit right here because I know this is a very strong support. So I might be aiming for this area. I mean, I'm not saying you can't do that. What I'm saying is that you shouldn't. If you know that you're on an uptrend, don't go against the trend. If the trend is still up, don't go against the trend. That's my personal opinion as well. You can get in, but you will be risking more. You will be risking more. Let's say from this push up, let's say you can also do something like this. From the bottom to the top. And you can say, okay, so it looks like now the price created an engulfing candle, a bearish engulfing candle. So the price might be coming down to touch the 38.2, like you see the area, pretty much the one, exactly where the one I highlighted here. So the price might actually be coming down, but it's a lot riskier. So you're gonna be risking a little bit more in that area. I'm not saying you can't do that. I'm saying that you shouldn't do that because going against a trend, it's more dangerous, of course. You're gonna be risking more, basically. That's it, right? So my rule is if I'm on an uptrend, I'm only gonna be looking for buys. That's my way of trading. You may have another way of trading. I mean, that's fine. But I only look for buys whenever I'm on an uptrend. And if I see a breakout here, then at that point is when I'm gonna be looking for sales. Like I'm changing my mindset. So, okay, it's breaking the structure. Now I'm gonna see if I'm in below the 50% on the RSI. Okay, so I'm gonna see if the Ichimoku. So let me go on a 30-minute or 15-minute right here. So, the price. If I see the price actually doing this and penetrating the cloud, and now broke the structure plus broke the actual cloud, is so looking for sales. Plus, it's breaking also the 100 line right here on the WMA. So everything is pushing down. Now I'm gonna go for a sell. You see what I mean? So basically go with the price. Let the price tell you where it's going. Remember, you don't control this. This is not your business. This is their business. I hope this information was helpful for you guys. I hope you understand. If you have any questions, please let me know. And I'll see you guys later. Have a wonderful day, guys. Take it easy.